Hey everybody, on our podcast show this week, we'll be taking a look at Samsung and Google. Yes, they've just announced their leaked products. Officially launched their products. And we'll be looking at the Pixel 8, the Pixel 8 Pro, and their Pixel Watch 2 from Google, of course. And for Samsung, we have the new S23 FE phone, whatever that FE means, and also the new S9 FE tablets. So let's get straight in and take a look at the Pixel 8, Google Pixel 8. So with the Google Pixel 8, it has the Tensor G3 chip, the new chip, and has the 6.2-inch screen. It's actually smaller than the original or previous Pixel 7.
Yes, that was part of the design language that they wanted to take to the new Pixels, is that they want something that is more pocketable.
Okay.
I think they took a cue from the popularity of the iPhone 4 mini.
Oh.
And they wanted to fill that gap because a lot of people did love that phone. But because they don't sell as many phones as an Apple, having that fan base with a smaller, sleek, and also powerful phone was something that they had an opportunity to capture. And I think that fills it up pretty good. It's a very powerful phone.
Right. Well, it also has a 120 hertz screen, which is great because the screen now with the refresh rate, high refresh rate, means you can actually game on it now a little bit. Yeah.
You go 1 hertz to 120 hertz, which allows the content to dynamically shift. Improves battery life, but also improves the viewability of the screen, because if you've never seen a high refresh rate screen before, it's like your eyes really enjoy it, but it also looks a little strange because it doesn't flicker.
Yeah, because you get tired eyes after looking at the phone. The old phones especially, right? Okay. Matte camera bar, because if you look at the old, the Google Pixel 7 and the other series as well, they have just a bar across the phone at the back, right?
Yes.
So that's just a matte camera bar, they call it, and with glossy black glass. So, it's glass. So you gotta be careful not to drop it.
I think we already know that Samsung has had some issues with the glass. Not Samsung, sorry. Google has had some issues with glass. Samsung as well too in the past, but Google specifically, they had back glasses actually shattering on some of the early model 7 Pros, I believe, and that was a point of contention because it was their flagship phones, and and people were not doing anything to them. In fact, one reviewer, I think it was Android Authority, his phone actually smashed by itself, like it literally shattered in front of him, like his review phone.
Crazy.
So hopefully that doesn't mean more Smashgate.
Yeah, well, they have they're using recyclable aluminium now, 100%. So that's good.
Would Mother Nature approve though?
Yeah, I hope so. And with the Pixel 8, has 2000 nits brightness, so that's pretty good. 20% improvement in the light sensitivity for the cameras, so that's good, right?
Yeah, very good.
Low light photography and stuff like that. It has a 50 megapixel main camera and a 12 megapixel the wide camera, and a 10.5 megapixel for the selfie camera. So it's not bad for that kind of spec.
Yeah, it's a small phone, so it has a lot to give. The 2000 nits is actually a really good improvement because it is outdoor viewable. If you look on most cameras, the screens are very bright, so you have to be able to see them outdoors, especially the screens that people are monitoring on when they are filming videos or movies. So this is in that ballpark.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah. And of course, it has 4,485 milliamps of power, the battery.
That's a good chunk bigger.
That's bigger,
than past. Yeah. Because I remember when Pixels came out, they were like 3,000 something. I'm like, that's woefully inadequate.
So that's not bad. And then the only thing that I don't like is the storage. It starts with 128 gig storage.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to expand that yourself using those micro SD.
I don't think you can.
Oh, you can't? It's fixed?
Pixels do not have expansion. It's one of the things that they do not have.
Okay.
We'll talk about another phone that might actually, it doesn't have it either. But
128 gig is a bit low end. Low on the low side, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this is a phone that's meant for the regular user. Not the super duper, and you've got Google Photos as well to the backup, so it's not a big deal.
True.
So if you clear off your photos all the time, you'll still have access to them through the cloud. So in Google's eyes, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're filming movies and you wanted to fill 128 gigabytes of storage, on like this wouldn't be the phone that you would pick.
Oh yeah,
No.
it'll be the next one.
Yeah.
But let's talk price. $699 US and $949 Canadian. It's a bit pricey though,
It's a good $150 more than last year.
because your Pixel 7a and 7.
I have a 7A.
7a.
I have a 7A, and that phone was only by the time I got it, it was like $650,
So-
$699.
$699 Canadian, right?
Yeah, after conversions and everything. I bought it in Taiwan, right? So $699 phone,
Mm.
$699 phone. Similar specs to this guy.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit pricier. I think if they drop it down extra $200, I think that'll be a better kind of.
Yeah, it's not a great fighting price because once you get to the $1,000 point, it's like now you start to get into the OnePlus territory, and OnePlus
yeah,
has
yeah,
amazing phones.
That's true.
So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to sell as well as Google thinks it will, because if they bring out an 8A, where are they going to price that then?
true.
Right? Will it be $799, $899? That's a good chunk more than my 7A.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
Move
this
on.
phone, next one is the Pixel 8 Pro. So this is a bit more flagship, I guess. Same Tensor G3 chip. Has the same screen as the previous Pro, which is the 6.7 inch. Okay. 2,400 nits this time, slightly
Very good.
brighter.
Very good.
120 hertz screen, same thing. By the way, these are OLED screens, right? And 50 megapixel again, main camera, 48 megapixel wide, ultra wide, and 48 megapixel for the telephoto. You have 5 times optical zoom, which is good. Same thing, 10.5 megapixel selfie camera. With the Pixel 8 Pro, it has even massive battery, 5,050 milliamps.
That's a big beefy battery.
that's
That's a
good.
big baby battery.
And you get all day battery life for this.
Yeah, I think that's even bigger than the Fold.
Oh, really?
I think it's bigger than the Fold.
So yeah, and the thing is, we has storage options all the way up to 1 terabyte. So it's not too bad. I think
Yeah.
it starts off at 256. I think
This is interesting. So, I mean, you got the 50 megapixel main, which came on the other phone. You also have 48 megapixels to push around for
Yep,
the other
yep.
things. And it has to do a lot with the fact that pixel binning is obviously happening. You're not using all 48 megapixels, although
That's true.
you might in some of the modes, which also it supports the RAW and everything like that. I have a feeling that this might be maybe in a software update, because it's already using USB-C.
Yeah,
The
of
latest
course.
version of it that actually runs at Gen 2.
Gen 2. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So if there was an opportunity for, let's say, a Kingston XS1000 to find its way into the USB port and be able to record straight to that,
That's good.
that would be a direct competitor to the Apple 15 Pro Max.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
With the ability to record. But the only thing that they have to get settled is the codec that they want to record in, because right now, the Pixels don't record in any sort of a
like a raw
professional
format.
wrapper.
Right.
Yeah, there's no raw format. There's no high-end format that it records to. So I don't know if
With the Pixel 7a, what does it record in? Is it
H.264 or HVEC.
All right.
HV,
so it's just
HEVC.
basically MP4?
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. Like it's not like the pictures can record in RAW, and there's an option to record dual RAW and JPEG, which you wouldn't want to do because you take up all the storage. It's only 128 gigabytes, but this phone with a 1 terabyte
terabyte.
storage internally, you could do a lot of damage with that in terms of pictures and everything like that. I mean, it's meant to take pictures, obviously, with the sensor
Yeah.
stack, and but what intrigues me is, of course, the ability to maybe do more with the video capabilities,
Yeah.
because it does have that capability. But one thing that is interesting about this phone is not the hardware.
What is it?
It's let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When you take a photo,
Yeah.
it looks a certain way, right? What is a photo,
It's just pixels, right?
right?
Yeah.
But in that moment that you took the photo, is that the real photo?
It depends. It depends how your processor and the filters and all the camera trickery they do with the phone, right? For example, I know when I take a photo with the iPhone, it depends on the lighting conditions, right?
Yeah.
But then I've seen your photos taken on the Pixel 7a even.
Yeah.
And you can have different modes.
Yep.
And it has a food mode on his camera, which brings out the colors of the food. This
But
one
still,
hasn't got any.
the food is in that moment
Yeah.
looks like that food. No matter what filter I put on it,
Yeah.
it is still the food in that moment. It's just a little bit more enhanced.
Okay.
But what if you were able to take images that you took photos of, and now you can manipulate it and completely change the intent of the photo,
Like previous
the meaning
photos,
of the
like
photo.
older photos. You can,
No. I'm talking about, let's just say that I take 5 pictures of you.
Okay.
And you were like sticking your tongue out and something like that, or you were disgusted at something.
yeah.
And I was sitting beside you. What if I changed the impression that you, and there was a durian in front of us, but you hate durian. What if I used a photo of your head,
Yeah.
of one of the shots, and replaced it to make you look like you love durian?
Oh, you like a little bit of AI in there.
Then it's not, is it a photo? Is it still a photo? Is it, like, what is a photo? Is it a photo of the moment, it's capturing a moment, or is it a completely manipulated image that never happened in the first place? Because right now,
Yeah.
the problem with AI in phone photography is that Google's AI
Yeah.
is so good. Is that like it can move tents, it can remove children, it
Oh,
can
yeah,
remove wives,
that's
it
right,
can,
that's right.
ex-wives and et cetera, it can remove them all. So that photo's intent and where it was in that moment is no longer the moment.
Yeah.
It's no longer.
It's like you take a photo and it's a pole
Yeah.
behind you. You
Yeah.
do on that, and it's like distracting. So you can get the Google thing AI to remove the lamppost.
Yes. So in politics right now, there's so much read into this, people standing behind people with certain signage, what they endorse and everything like this. This is changing the way that photos are being taken, because now the layperson has high-end Photoshop-like tools to manipulate the final image that comes out of the camera.
Right.
Because we used to think that a phone camera is as true as possible to the image situation because it's timestamped. That's what happens.
Yeah. Don't they have that with the meta tags? Is that what you call them?
They do, but they're slowly adopting that. But when it comes out of the camera, it's the photo. That's the photo.
Okay.
You're actually manipulating the photo in such a way that, is that a Photoshop or is it not? So the line has been blurred.
Yeah.
Completely in this case, because the hardware now, the neural processing unit inside of the Tensor Core, Tensor G3, the fact that it's backed up by supercomputers and everything. What is a photo? Right? Is it a photo now, or is it a AI manipulation?
Yeah.
Is it real?
AI generated.
And this doesn't stop there, because they have a mode that when you take video, probably more of an issue with the Pro because it has the storage space, but it can actually take your voice and separate all of the tracks behind you. So airplane going by, lawnmower, and your voice on separate layers.
Oh, so it recognizes your voice, human voice.
Yeah.
It separates it into a separate channel.
Yes.
Any background noises is separated depending on what it is, right? Oh, that's crazy.
If it's a separate channel, you could actually have something else in the background. You can manipulate.
I mean, you're telling me I could be in a, I don't know, somewhere near a sand dune, but you don't see the sea, but you can have sea noises in the background.
You could actually change that. Right? Because you can remove everything else and just manipulate the moment.
That's crazy.
Right? There's so much that's happening.
We could talk about that in another podcast. That's amazing. It's
amazing. So all of that is, most of the stuff is coming soon.
Yeah.
But this is what has been advertised for the Pixel Pro 8 series.
True. Price.
$1,349 is what it's slated to be in Canadian. But that's the entry level price. That's not the 1 terabyte. What's the 1 terabyte costing? Like $1,800?
I seen something like that. I think they had some special black edition ones.
Oh God,
1,599.
That 1 terabyte?
That I didn't see. I didn't see it was the 1 terabyte.
Okay, I'm willing to bet that the 1 terabyte will be $2,000, and it'll be that's the price of my laptop.
Is it as powerful as your laptop?
It has more aluminium.
Recycled aluminium.
It's even got an OLED. So I can, if I can make 10 Pixel 8 Pros out of my laptop. That's how much it costs. So truly, phones are amazing, micronized computer AI network things.
One thing I do have to tell you about these Pixel phones is that my brother loves it because it has a flavor of Android, which is not cluttered. It's just Android, plain old Android.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Which means it will run, well, apparently to my brother, it says it runs a little bit faster than your other kind of like Samsung flavored or...
Seems a little snappy.
You know.
But the one thing that's the kicker, and trust me, bro,
You don't trust it.
you can trust Google, right? Everyone trusts Google, right? Everyone that signed up for the
your friend.
Google Pixel subscription that had their subscriptions yanked 22 months into a 24-month contract, trust them, right? Well, here's the thing. Google wants to guarantee 7 years of updates for the Pixel 8 series, starting at Pixel 8 series. So Pixel 8 Pro will be good until 2030.
7 years of updates.
7 years of updates.
But then, like,
Do you believe them?
Of course not. I mean, for me, how I regard updates, I think for me, 3 years maximum, and after that, you're gonna get a new phone or a new product. Whatever.
So what you're thinking is that the phone will probably be useless way before the 7 year period, of
course.
or Pixel will or Google will adjust that time
Yeah,
frame.
my advice is if you can get like 2 to 3 years good use of your phone or out of your tech, whatever. That's a good time to upgrade because 3 years is more than enough. And you got to think about technology move on at such a fast pace. 3 years time, your Pixel 8 is going to be
So Samsung before was 4 years. That was the previous record.
3-4 years.
Yeah. Because they promised 4 years on all the phones from the Flip 3 from that series on. 4 years minimum.
Yeah.
Many other phones as well too. So 7 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Do we trust them? We don't trust Google, do we?
To a certain point, a little bit. Their maps are okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's think about all the things that they got rid of. Pixel subscription, 22 months into the 24th month thing. Sorry, guys, you're not going to get a free Pixel 8.
Oh, they did that?
Yeah.
That sucks.
So those people do not trust Google anymore. Okay, we lost all those people.
Yeah.
We also lost all the people that want Google Podcast.
Oh.
It's done next year. Right?
They stopped it?
They'll be stopping it next year.
Yeah, that's the thing with...
How about Stadia?
That kind of went and came and went like super fast.
Stadia was like less than a year, I think.
Yeah, it was less than
Okay, and a lot of people put a lot of work into that.
Yeah,
So based on
developers
Google's
and everything, yeah.
track record,
It's not great.
you don't trust them, bro. I don't trust them, bro. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen more so is that they're going to realize through public pushback, the community will come through and say, hey, at 4 years, this phone is useless. Your updates have crippled this phone.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like Apple, what they tried to do, like battery life, performance things.
Yeah.
They just don't say it because they say it in their Apple way. But I think that Google will not be as elegant in their execution of this ruse. So I don't trust them, bro.
I look at Google as more of a service provider. Of course, Android OS, the emails, that kind of stuff, search, maps. They're great at that kind of, but for physical consumer products, then, they're okay.
Okay. But let's talk about the last one.
Yeah, the last one is for your health, of course. They have a Pixel Watch 2. This one is 41 millimeters in size, and they have the smaller one as well. Qualcomm Snapdragon W5G Gen 1.
Okay.
Right? So they use the Gen 1 chip rather than the other chip. And they got 4G now with LTE, usual Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. Again, 100% aluminium, so recycled aluminium. And then they have a domed glass.
Okay.
It's not flat. It's
So
domed.
same as the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then has 40% more accurate measuring your heart rate and stuff like that.
Okay.
Available in 4 colors, whatever that is. You can check it out on Google's store.
All right.
480 Canadian. But it's a bit pricey, right?
It's a lot.
How much you pay for your watch? This one. The Samsung one.
It was hard to say because I traded in a bunch of stuff, but I think this is like 4 something.
Yeah, that's the Pro version, right? Yeah. So
the top end.
the top end one.
Galaxy Watch Pro
with the
5.
sapphire glass.
Yeah, but it's starting. You can see it's starting to scuff.
Okay, but still
It's
decent.
still fine. Yeah,
And
it's been
it's-
smashed. It's been dropped. No big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
So like for a Samsung top end watch,
Yeah.
health watch like that, $400-ish, right?
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, for 480 for this.
This is titanium, by the way.
Oh, this isn't.
Yeah, like the Watch Ultra. So
Aluminium, this one.
yeah,
Aluminium.
yeah, cheaper, like cans. Right. So what's the problem with this watch?
It hasn't got as many features that you expect from, if you know, for example, Apple Watch or even a Samsung Watch.
Is it a glorified Fitbit?
Apparently, is it? I don't know. I heard that it needs all those subscriptions enabled to get it working, right?
It works best with all the subscriptions. In fact, this watch and the Charge 6, which was the watch that was launched in parallel with the Pixel Watch 2, the Fitbit Charge 6, will run off of a Google account only. It's not a Fitbit account.
Oh, so
those two watches are the transition.
They bought Fitbit, right?
Yep.
That's it. And they gutted it out. And
That's it. So that's the end of the Fitbit road. The guy that runs Fitbit was actually on stage announcing these two watches. This is basically it. Fitbit is done. And
It's gone.
moving forward, it's Google stuff. So both of these watches, the new Charge 6 and the Pixel Watch 6, Pixel Watch 2, will be non-Fitbit devices.
Fitbit is no more.
I think they're done.
Done.
I think they're done. I think this is the final transition to get them into an all lifestyle, health, blah, blah, blah thing.
Yeah, I don't think this, again, I don't think this watch will do any good because the reason why is you got the Apple Watch, right? And you got your Samsung Watch.
You got Apple Watches, you got Samsung Watch 6s, you got Samsung Watch 5s, which are fantastic still, and they're on sale everywhere, way cheaper than $480.
Yeah.
Right? And do we trust Google now based on some of the things that they've been doing? How many years of updates will this watch get? Because watches, and this is just, and even Apple's $17,000 gold watch, the ones that people actually paid money for on their website,
Really?
Apple can't repair them.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, they've been turning customers away. So how much do we trust that Google of the track record of reckless abandonment of projects? How much do you trust them that they are not going to abandon a watch like this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. For me, smartwatches are more of a gimmicky toy thing.
Yeah.
2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
3 if you're lucky. I still rely on my, typical timepiece that runs on mechanical.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is that if you're looking at any of these Google devices, the Pixel Watch, Pixel phones, and everything like that, don't buy on the promise of future software updates. It's not going to happen. You'll be extremely disappointed. And even if they do deliver those updates, they're going to be haphazard. They will not be the focus of the company because they'll be on to Google Watch Pixel 10.
That's
Pixel
right.
11,
I mean, they're
Pixel 12.
gonna work on their Android OS rather than software updates on their.
Yeah, it won't be an
products.
optimization. It's getting easier for the Pixel because they are on Tensor chips, which are just like Apple's Apple Silicon.
Yeah.
Is that their own chip stack now? They're moving away from Qualcomm, except for the watch, which will be a problem. And they're moving forward with that. So who knows?
Okay.
Right? But overall. One other thing is that if you do like Qi charging,
Yeah.
do you like Qi charging?
I do like Qi charging actually.
Do you like pogo pins?
No, those are the spring-mounted thingies.
Yeah. Do you like those?
They're okay.
It's kind of a Fitbit thing, right?
Yeah. I saw those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well-
my wife used to have a Fitbit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right off the bat is that those pogo pins fail.
And wear and tear, they can't snap off.
They snap off, they get recessed into the plastic, and they don't come back out. Guess what, guys? The Pixel Watch 2 uses pogo pins. They've done away with the I'm sorry, no Qi. Right?
Why?
No Qi.
That's so
Right?
dumb.
It's such a low end watch now because they've done away with a premium feature. It's no better than any of those no-name brand watches. Like I hate to call them no-name, but Mavoy, whatever they're called, the Android watches that they put out,
Yeah.
the Chinese brand one. They're nice-looking watches, but they might as well just be a Huawei,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
okay, let's talk about brighter things in Korea. Let's move to Korea.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, you have a lot of new stuff. But the deals, what's going on with them?
Well,
We can talk about those later on.
We'll talk about those after we talk about the product. So as I whip out my Pixel, not my Pixel, sorry, my Galaxy S.
What is it? S20?
No, S23 FE.
What is if it was
Let's
FE?
talk about that.
Yeah, when you mention FE, it just feels like Field Edition, Field Engineering Edition, because that's kind of what I'm looking at.
The
So what
Galaxy
does FE mean?
S23 FE comes at the end of almost the retirement of the previous generation of phones.
Okay.
It's called the FE stands for Fan Edition.
Fan Edition.
Or
Okay.
an Enthusiast Edition. So basically what they've done is they've taken all the most popular features of the previous generation, the S23 series,
Yeah.
which is going to be replaced by the S24 by January.
Okay. Oh, okay. So okay.
And they take all of the best features, all the best colors and everything like that, and they create a series of phones. They're at a very reasonable price, include all the best features of the previous outgoing series, like the cameras, possibly the screen, a mid-size form factor. So the FE kind of sits between the Plus model and also the bottom end S23 model. So it's like S23, S23 FE, and then S23 Plus, and then S23 Ultra.
Is that a limited edition kind of?
Not limited edition. It kind of sits in between. It's kind of a weird phone where it sits at the end. It's like a Pixel A.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. It's like the A at the end. They figure out what people want, and then they make the mass market model this one.
Right.
Because they've already figured out how to manufacture it. So they got all this other material from the other. They might as well just do something with it and do something for the fans. So let's talk about all-day battery life first.
All-day battery life.
All-day battery life. So the FE will have a 21-hour watch time for movies. This is what they're advertising. So if you're watching movies for 21 hours, you can do that. If you're listening to music, you can do it for up to 66 hours. Isn't that interesting?
Okay.
So let's get that out of the way.
Okay. In order to do that, you need a big battery.
Well, the battery itself is the battery. Oh my goodness.
Is it like 4,000?
It's in terms of where it sits in the scale here. I've been looking for the size of the actual battery, and they actually don't say it on the spec page, because as of the recording of this podcast, this phone will launch on October 26th.
Yeah.
And they haven't launched that yet. I know that some websites have been saying certain sizes, but I'm going to guess it's going to probably be exactly the same size as an S23 Plus battery.
Yeah,
I think the previous Fan Edition, the 21, was the same. So expect that type of battery size, but a little bit more optimized.
Yeah, probably optimized, because with production, it's going to be expensive just to do a new production line for these new devices.
Yes,
a lot of these production lines have same battery, the same kind of the chips and everything, and it's just a bit easier to mass produce with the same battery. So roughly the same battery.
Yeah, I think battery size. I'm just looking it up right now, because they did lead with the all-day kind of battery life, and they gave some numbers. So based it on audio and video, which
21 hours playback is good. I mean, you're gonna get all day.
So it's kind of what did you say the Pixel 8 was?
The Pixel 8, not the Pro, right? The Pixel 8 is 4,485 or something like that.
Okay, so it's almost bang on. 4,500 is what it's said to be.
Okay.
And in some other information here, but it does not include micro SD support.
No micro SD card.
No micro SD.
So what's the storage options can you get?
The storage option you can get is 128 and then 256.
128, 256.
Yeah.
Do they have a 5 terabyte? Sorry, five.
Let me make
gigabyte?
sure. Oh my God, they hide this really well. Again, this is not launched, so anything that I tell you here may actually change somewhat, but I doubt it.
I think they have, because this is not the ultra version.
No,
right?
it's not.
So you probably won't get the 1 terabyte on this one. Since it's not the ultra.
Yeah.
This is a FE edition.
It comes with the at least it comes with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 mobile processor.
Okay.
So at least has a similar processor to all the rest of the lineup.
Yep.
In terms of that, it has really fast charging again, super fast charging. So it does charge up. I think this is like 25 watt charging.
That's good. That's fast.
It's not bad. And in terms of, oh man, Here, let me find this thing here.
I think the 1 terabyte's really reserved for the ultra version. So you gotta get at least 256 on there.
Yeah, right? I agree, and I think that in terms of here S23 Ultra FE series, my bad here. So, it's not launched yet when we're talking about this, so it kind of sucks that we're trying to pull all these specs that may or may not be true from all these other places. But the battery is good. 8 gigabytes of RAM is what they're leading with, which is normal.
Yeah, normal
right?
for that.
You get 12 in the Pixel 8
Pro and the Ultra is also
the Ultra as well
bigger,
too.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a huge thing. In some places in the world, they've already launched it. But in North America, they're launching it on October 26th. In most places. So it's going to be interesting in terms of what's going on here. I am looking at.
Look at the storage sizes.
Like some places in the world have already launched it, and October 5th is when they launched it.
But Samsung will have it already, right?
Yeah,
I mean, in Korea.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be pre-sales because it depends on when it's coming out, but we won't get it until October 26th. It's not even on the Canadian website. And in some cases, our phones are different. And it's for a very good reason.
Yeah, you have eSIMs in Canada and US. In Asia, they don't have eSIM.
They don't have that. Remember when I smashed my phone? And we were looking for a Samsung to replace it.
Yeah, we're looking for an eSIM.
Yeah,
they don't have it.
So again, in fact, the overseas version is said to have an Exynos processor.
Oh, so you be getting
a different phone altogether.
You'd be getting a different processor for the Samsung SC.
Yeah. So
right?
Yeah, like the phone overseas is actually different than the one here, and like just trying to weed through all this stuff. Like they say it's going to be like a $700 phone in Canada, $749, something like that, $799.
It's not the Ultra, so that's it should be about right.
And that's what they estimate it to be.
By the time it hit the shores plus tax and all that,
it's gonna be a lot. But at least it has eSIM.
It's got an eSIM, so that's
physical
good.
SIM.
Okay, that's okay.
You can expand it in terms of the storage sizes and everything like that. Good thing, patches for at least 4 years.
Samsung patches,
Samsung updates and everything like that. And you're going to be looking at. Why don't you pin this down? There is probably only going to be one option of this phone, and it's just they are so vague about it because they're going off some of the because the Exynos processor has different specs.
It does have different specs, but isn't that a Samsung processor though?
It's a Samsung processor, and I think if I weed through all this correctly, it's going to be just like the Pixel 8 Pro, which is 128 gigabyte.
Well, since they announced the launch alongside with Pixel, right?
Yeah.
The Google. So I'm guessing they're kind of the competitor, right?
Yeah, I think they're going back
so
to
they're
back.
gonna go
128 gigabytes.
Yeah, they're gonna go with that.
It's very similar to the 8, like in terms of all the features and specs and everything like that. Let's just go for the high level here. I mean, in terms of just the camera performance and everything, you're looking at a 10 megapixel, 12 megapixel, ultra wide. 10 megapixel selfie, which is exactly the same.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right? 8 megapixel, which is a little bit lesser than the Pixel 8, but it is a 3x optical zoom.
3x, okay.
What was the Pixel 8? 2?
2, yeah, but the Pro has 5 times.
Yeah, so there's that. But the main sensor is 50 megapixels. Okay,
same similar camera specs.
You've seen some of the stuff that they do with the AI and everything. They do have a food mode and everything like that. So you're gonna get all that performance, just like I have in my phone. Obviously, the camera's gonna be better than the flippy phone because it has a third camera, which is great. But it has the night mode and everything like that. It has the vivid photos and the realism and everything and like the filters that you were talking about. But what I'm wondering is when will we see the alteration of photos from Google? Like, is that going to be something that they're going to open source? Because Samsung's their closest partner.
It is. So yeah, we're wondering when he's going to use those AI for that kind of stuff. Yeah. But more interestingly though,
I mean, the screen is 120 hertz still.
It's 120 hertz. Yeah. Okay.
So this is great.
Yeah.
It's it's an AMOLED at least, so it's not just a cheap LCD that they've put on there. So this is great as well too. They also have an eye shield built in, the blue light and everything like that.
Oh, it reduces blue light.
Yeah.
It's got a blue light filter. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
So I mean, at least it's going to be a really decent option at $799. It's cheaper.
Oh, cheaper than the Pixel 8.
Yeah. Still long life, but up to the life that you're saying is about 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years max, to be honest with you.
You know, I mean, so it'll be interesting to see. I want to get my hands on this phone. Actually, I wouldn't mind having one of these around. I think cheap phones need some love. They really
as
do.
a second phone, because I'm coming to a stage where, if you're doing a lot of especially influencers, TikTokers, creators, having a second phone is something that you probably need now. Whereas before, I used to film everything using my main phone, edit on the main phone and everything, but then it becomes like, I'm doing like all my banking on there. I'm doing all my, security stuff on there. I want to be able to use a phone.
I want to mix it.
Exactly. And I want to give you a separate phone where I can do all my camera work, photos on a separate phone where I know that then it's just for that purpose. So if I drop it or if I smash it, break it, whatever, I'm not too worried. I still have my personal stuff on the other phone.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree. I think
you've had that experience.
Yeah, I have had that experience and I don't want to go through it again. That's why I have started carrying a backup phone again.
Yeah, backup phone. Yeah.
So my 7A is my backup phone. I know that it's good for 7 years of updates, maybe.
But the camera is fine on that, right? The
camera's
video,
great. Camera's great. Some of the features that we talked about with the 8 will be coming to the 7 series. So the 7A will obviously being the newest version of the phone in the 7 series, they'll probably get most of the updates. It does have a slightly different SoC as well too. The chip, it has a newer version of the Tensor G2, which is different than the Pro and the 7. So I think I picked a good phone. I think the 7As usually or the A series usually is a good value overall.
Yeah, for the price as a second backup phone.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need all the extra features. So, and I think the Ultra or even the Pro version, it's something that if you're going to do a lot of creative work, you got to think about storage, right? So talking about storage, how do you need extra storage? For example, on the Google phones, the Pixel phones, you probably use Google Cloud, right?
Yes.
And Google Photos and stuff like that. What about the Samsung though? How would you actually store extra stuff on the cloud? Is that Samsung account or do you go through your Google?
There's 3 ways actually. There is the Samsung. Samsung Cloud is over, so you have OneDrive.
Okay.
You have Google Drive. You have Google Photos.
Yep.
Those are the 3 options.
Yep.
So those 3 options are available, and I think those are good backups because when you have Microsoft, you have you have a full terabyte.
That's right. Yeah,
a full terabyte.
1 terabyte for OneDrive and Google. Well, it depends on if you subscribe. So for me, for the Apple, you have 2 terabytes even for the. I'm paying actually for that service.
Yeah, exactly. And it still has this is a really fantastic, great phone with with all the Samsung stuff behind it. Like the AMOLED. You've seen the AMOLED. It looks great.
The
screen is fantastic.
Oh yeah, you need that.
And with the 25-watt adapter and everything and the charging, I think this is going to be like a hot phone for the holidays, right? Because Samsung's always doing offers.
If they can actually price it under $800, I'm going to get one.
Yeah, because the psychological part of it is that once a phone hits almost $1,000, it might as well be $1,000.
Yeah,
right. If it's $799, $749.
Yeah.
I think that's good. It's not $699 though. That's the only thing because the 7A was $699.
That's true. That's true.
It's cheaper even now with all the offers.
And that's capable phone. That's a very capable phone.
Oh yeah, no, not getting rid of that. So great phone. Let's move on to the tablets.
Yeah, you're a big fan of tablets. So what have you got here? What's this one here, right here?
So the tablet I have in front of me right now is the Galaxy Tab S8.
S8,
which is the 11-inch version of the series.
Okay.
This one doesn't have an AMOLED screen. I wish it did, but it has a high resolution screen.
Okay.
So what you're looking at right here, not as beautiful.
I think it's fine. I think it's good.
I think it's fine, but you can see that the black is not quite black.
It's very dark.
It's very, very, very dark. Very dark Great.
Great. Okay.
So
okay.
that's acceptable, right?
Yeah.
So now
But wait, you've been using this for a while. Does it have all day battery life?
all day? No, it's like a few days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a few
okay.
days, right?
All right. Good.
It
good.
sleeps and everything like that. It's great. So the Galaxy Tab 9 FE and the Tab 9 FE Plus are LCD versions of the AMOLED versions of the S9 and the S9 Plus.
Oh, wait. So they have the S9 Plus already.
Yes.
They're the high end.
Yes. So these are the fan editions without the AMOLED.
So they've reduced the price by having
No AMOLED.
No AMOLED. Okay.
No AMOLED.
And everything else is similar or the same?
No, actually, there are some differences. Like, for example, you get a 90 hertz LCD screen. So that's the first thing that you lose. So 10.9 inch for the S9 FE.
Yep.
12.4 inch 90 hertz LCD display. So at least it has a high refresh rate. It's fine.
90 is
It's fine.
good.
Usually the fan edition doesn't have the fancy screen, just like my S9 7 FE.
FE, okay.
That's a very popular tablet. It's like $399 now, which is ridiculous.
That's cheap.
Right?
That's a good price.
And then you've got the same or better battery. I mean, you're looking at an 80,000 milliamp hour battery in the it's the same as mine.
Okay.
Right. So I get a few days off of this. It's 10,000 milliamp hour, 10,090 milliamp hour on the bigger 12.4 inch.
That's like a huge power bank. Like
Yeah, that tablet was too big. Like, you remember when I had the 7 FE?
yeah.
It was sitting here, and I always had to kind of make space for that. I find it's too big as a handheld carry device for all day
So
consumption.
11 to 12 inches quite big for you. And this
big.
side is 10.
This is 11.
Or 11 is
10.9 is close enough, right?
10.9, 11.
Right. So the 10.9 I think is going to be the better model to go for, unless you're buying specifically to have a tablet in the house and just
Right.
to leave it there. I carry this everywhere, so I probably wouldn't go for the 12.4. Right. In terms of the durability and everything like that, for the first time, the fan edition is IP68. So that means dust and water resistant.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
So if you dunk it in a pool and it's 1 meter down, it can sit there for 30 minutes.
Okay, totally something separate. I want to ask you a question about water damage. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've heard all these stories. People go to Apple or other device manufacturers
Yeah.
say, this device we can't repair it. It's not under warranty because it's water damage. But they're advertising.
It's water resistant, not waterproof.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
not
water
waterproof.
resistance is not the same
It's
as waterproof.
not waterproof.
Okay.
They are different things.
Okay,
They're
all right, got
different
it.
things. So like, it has expandable storage. So if you had one of the Kingston higher capacity cards, like 512, I think they do 1 terabyte now too in some of their higher end models.
micro SD card?
The micro SD cards
Okay.
from Kingston, they're very good value because of all the other ones on the market there. They have not only do they have different speeds, but they also have 24-hour tech support.
True,
7 days
true.
a week.
Yep,
You can
yep.
write in. If you're not sure if that particular card is good for your tablet, you can actually use their bot on their website
yeah.
and message them and ask, hey, is the new Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE compatible with these cards? And they will write back to you saying which ones are more compatible. Now, obviously, because it is a full speed micro SD card slot, you're going to want the fastest one.
That's fastest one. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, because it only comes in 120, both of them come in 128 and 256 gigabyte capacity. And again, this is a little bit different than the S9 regular series, where the S9 Plus goes up to 512 gigabyte.
Yep.
You can still put a 1 terabyte SD card inside.
Yeah. I've
Right?
seen those 1 terabyte SD cards. It's tiny,
that
right?
amazing?
So I'm thinking, wow, you can put all that 1 terabyte storage
Yeah.
in that little tiny little.
Exactly. So with Kingston's, like, they have cards that are high endurance.
Yeah,
So
endurance.
obviously they have some know-how in how to make the cards proper, and they do a lot of Android compatible cards.
Mm-hmm.
I have one around here somewhere, and I would show it to you if I had it handy. But we've showed you a couple things in previous shows, but they make a difference with that compatibility. It's just like when we were talking about the RAM.
Yeah.
Right, in our upcoming upgrade guide, we're talking about how it has Expo,
Yeah,
and
and XMP.
XMP
Yep.
capability for RAM modules, where they get the best possible speed. this is Kingston doing that extra homework to make sure that it's compatible with your Android tablet.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
it's fantastic. So up to 1 terabyte extra. So what that means for you at home is that you can subscribe to Amazon Prime Video. You can have all your streaming services, download all your movies into the device when you fly.
That's a lot of people do. That's what a lot of people do. They download all the movies and then take the tablet and they watch the films in the plane because you could be a long trip for like 8 hours on the plane, whatever.
Yeah.
Movies on the planes are usually a little bit dated sometimes.
Yeah.
You must watch. And they don't do TV channels, TV drama series on the plane. Not many.
Not many. You can't chase them like you normally would with your tablet.
Yeah.
With the,
so download it on your
download
tablet.
on here. And you can set all your apps to actually use the storage component. So if you have like apps that are photos heavy, you can actually have it synchronized to the external storage that's plugged into your device. So you can make sure that 128, 256 is good to go for system applications only.
Oh, one question I want to ask. So it comes with a USB-C port, right?
It does.
What spec is it though? So 3 point.
It doesn't say actually, but I have a feeling that it's going to be at least Gen 1. Gen 2.
At least USB 3.2, right?
Yeah, because this is modern Android, and modern Android supports the higher speeds.
Yeah. Have you ever tried putting a USB storage kind of in there and give it a go? I think some storage devices allow you to do that, right?
That's a good question. If Winston keeps talking for a second here.
Oh yeah. Because of course you've seen the Apple one now, and they're saying that you can actually put an external storage onto the iPhone. So you have a USB-C on the iPhone, get the USB external storage with the USB-C connector, you put that in, it can actually then detect the device and actually put the storage onto the actual device itself. Now, some storage has its own app that you can use. I don't think it's native on the Apple. So there's nothing on the Apple to say, store it onto the USB drive externally. So with whatever external storage, it should come with some downloadable app, which you can then synchronize by plugging the external device in from the USB-C, and then have that as used as a storage. Is storage more likely not active storage, but for transferring files, things like your photos and your videos? Because the only way I could do it right now is either through a cable, which sometimes your computer can recognize it or don't, or use the cloud storage. So upload the videos and photos up to the cloud, which could take some time. You need Wi-Fi for that. And then from the cloud service, download it back onto your C drive on your computer, which takes a bit of messing around.
Yeah.
But if you can actually put it onto the external drive through the app, then great. Transfer all your movies, which could be like 10, 15 gigs of movies and also photos. And then you could use that then for editing later on.
Yeah, and guess what? There is an option, storage mounted.
Okay.
And this is using just the Micro Duo from Kingston. It has this is the little tiny drive that we've been talking about the whole time from Kingston. It has the USB-A and also has micro USB, not micro USB, but USB-C on the back. Yep. And it's definitely a USB 3.1 device, so it's not super fast, but it's fast enough. Yeah. Fast enough. And USB storage has been added. So I can mount or unmount it.
So you hot plug it in.
I hot plugged it in.
And then the device recognized the device?
It's right there, yeah.
And
it just works right away.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, right away. So you would get a similar dialogue if you were to plug in another micro SD card into your brand new S9 FE or S9 Plus FE.
Or an external storage.
Or external storage. In fact, give me a second, actually. Let's test that out as well, too.
So the USB works fine. You just plug that USB thumb drive in there and it recognizes that as a storage, and then you could use that right away. Now we're trying to use the external SSD, and I'm guessing it'll be the same because it just recognizes it as a USB 3 storage device, right? So with that, again, with the right device, you'll be able to actually install or just plug in an external device, storage device, and it'll recognize it as storage. So Steven's going to give that a go. I think
I might have to apologize because I don't have a USB-C to USB-C cable on me, because Kingston is smart. They know that most devices are going to be USB-A, and they package their hold on.
Oh, right.
Yeah, in the XS2000 that they sell, this is actually a USB 3.2 Gen 2 device, and it goes up to 1,000 megabytes per second.
2,000. That one, isn't it? The big one.
This is 2,000, sorry.
Oh, 2,000. Wow.
Gen 2 by 2, sorry.
Okay.
Gen 2 by 2.
But even if you plug it into a slow device, it'll still be compatible because it'll just drop down to the lower speed.
That's
but
right.
That's fine anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that's correct, Winston. The Exynos-2000 is the USB 3.2 Gen 2x2, going up to 2,000 megabytes per second. The Exynos-1000, which is the less expensive one, is Gen 2 only, not 2x2, and it goes up to 1,000 megabytes per second. Still very fast.
Oh, fast, yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, definitely.
With the USB-A on it, it's more common that there will be a USB 2 Gen 2 port on most devices that support up to 1,000 megabytes per second. The Exynos-2000 over here.
Yeah.
Is the higher end model that does that, and it comes with a USB-C only cable, which makes sense.
Yeah, you can just buy these cables anyway, right? USB-C to USB-C. So
no,
you don't?
No, because sometimes they just don't work.
Oh, the cheaper ones, yeah. So if you get, because the cheaper ones only does power, so make sure you buy some good quality USB-C to USB-C cables.
Okay, here we go. We're going to plug that straight in. Oh, look at that.
It sees it?
Yeah, it sees it. No problem.
Wow. Look at that. Now he has a 2 terabyte storage for his tablet. Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's, and you mentioned about that in our last show, because you're saying that for the upgrade for Apple's or tablets or even Android tablets where you have storage, you're doing video editing on the go. These tablets are now powerful enough to do video editing, and you did a lot of storage.
That's
now
right.
you can do that on this directly from this. And you could take this external storage back to your laptop, your workstation, whatever, and you could do that. And you could put some Velcro on there.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things is that putting a Velcro strip on here and just having a patch in the back of your tablet would make a big difference, because let's just say that someone walked by and just pulled your drive by accident. That would not be good.
Yeah. So have a Velcro stuck on there. But
so,
it just proves a point right there. A live demo of using that external storage SSD and plug it straight into that tablet.
So there's 2 different ways that you can do it. Number one, you can use a USB drive like we showed you, micro SD, which is the other thing, a Android compatible micro SD card, or you can take a full blown USB NVMe
External SSD.
USB 3.2 Gen 2 or Gen 2x2 and plug it straight in. I haven't done any benchmarks, so maybe I'll report back on that later on to see how fast this really is, because I don't know if there's any benchmarks for this. I'll have to find one.
But either way, either case, you now have 2 terabyte storage on there.
That's right. That's right. So we showed you it works. This is something I don't know if current gen Apple devices work like this, but is that USB-C?
It is USB-C, but Apple. This is the old iPad Mini. I don't think it does it.
So it's probably like USB 3.
USB 2.
USB 2
for charging.
Oh yeah, that's right. USB 2. That's right.
See, it doesn't do anything. Nope.
It really didn't do anything.
No, it didn't do anything.
Okay, so it's only a charging port.
It's only a charging port.
Okay.
Charging port or USB 2, I guess.
Well, there you have it.
It's for it's
Now
Apple
we know.
for you.
So I want to get to the last item because this is something that this is a product that I've been waiting for.
Okay.
And the previous product that it replaces really kind of pissed me off for a very long time.
Okay. Tell me. What happened?
So when Samsung launched the Flip 4, they launched also the Buds 2.
Okay.
Buds 2 Pro. So the Buds 2 was the reasonably priced one.
Yeah.
It was inexpensive. It was like $149 pair of earbuds, right? The problem with them is that they didn't work right out of the box. They were really kind of weird. They didn't there was this really weird story where the contacts on them were causing some people in Korea to have like ear infections.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I think they changed the material for the shipping ones in North America. So that's not happened. But what I noticed the worst about them is that the ear pieces, they didn't go deep enough into your ear canal. So when I was using them, and I think a lot of people have had this issue as well too, they would fall out.
Fall out.
This is different than the Pro because the Pro actually had buds that stuck in further because the piece that came out was actually longer.
But they have adjustable sizes, right?
That's not the problem. The problem was that it didn't go deep enough. And also because the bud itself, this is probably why it had this issue, is that it contacted too much of your ear because it was too flat. So even with that protrusion in there, it didn't contour into your ear well. So that might be the reason why some people had infection, because it was contacting the metal. Okay, so I always
right.
it was always a love-hate relationship with these. I finally got some earpieces that kind of stayed, but I'm always afraid of them falling out. Always, right? They work fine. They sound okay. Right? And they come in the case that you can find with your smartware and everything like that. So the fan edition version of these earbuds have finally come out.
Fan edition now.
Yes, fan edition. So the Galaxy Buds FE. Now the Galaxy Buds FE is basically like we said, everything that was good about the Buds 2 Pro, Buds 2 in one.
Okay.
So these start at $139, just about $10 less than the launch price of the Buds 2.
That's not bad. $149.
It's not bad. Currently, the Buds 2, because they're clearing them out, is $119.99. You can sometimes get them for $99.
Yeah.
Still good if you have an ear that actually works well with them. Mine do not. All right. So having said that, this is a Canadian price, by the way. So $139, sorry. They come in two colors, obviously white and gray. But what makes them amazing, besides all the software, being able to find them when they fall out of the charging case and everything like that, giving you, like active noise cancellation, giving you, all the great stuff of transparency mode and everything like that, is the fact that there's winglets on them. Now, what are winglets?
I have no idea.
They're the things that keep your ear inside the middle of your ear.
Oh, there's a little...
it's a little flap.
Yeah, there's a little flap. And also in your ear, there's a little alcove where those wings will actually fit inside.
Yes.
Is that right?
So they have wings. So
little wings.
Yeah, they have wings. So this thing right here.
Yeah.
The little wing thing. So the Buds, I had them on me, but I think they're somewhere, and they don't have them. They're so smooth, but they're flat on the bottom, so they never fit into my ear. So I wear them very infrequently, or I wear them in places where I'm stationary because I'm so afraid of them just dropping out. It makes a lot of sense now because I've always lost one. It's gone somewhere, but because the smart the Samsung Smart Things can locate each individual earbud, I can just chime it.
Okay.
I can find them, right? So the new ones, hopefully, that's not such a big deal.
Okay, for that price, that's not too bad.
$139. It's really reasonable. And if you look at the AirPods, right?
Yeah,
the AirPods right now are 150-ish.
Yeah,
actually no, they're more.
Depends. They have the Pro versions now, and they're expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, I only got the older version of the Pros like 2 years ago, and they were okay, but they're starting to be a bit funny now. I mean, in terms of connections and stuff like that. So it's time to get a new one.
So they've got a 30-hour battery life. They use the same case.
Is that wireless charging as well?
It's wireless charging on the case as well too. It's USB-C if you have wired, which is good.
USB-C, that's good.
Okay. And if you bought the Pokeball case in Asia, if you got that from one of the stores, you can still use it because one of the nice things is that the cases are more or less the same.
Okay.
Yeah, more or less the same. So I think this is highly compatible. It does include different sleeves and everything for fitting it to your ear as well too, and also earbuds. So there's two things that it comes with. So a sleeve and an earpiece to kind of customize that fit. I'm not the only one that complained about the Buds 2. They were not good for fittings. But it does come with a lot of things to help you out with the fit this time. And like in terms of being able to tap and have those modes go through, I've always found that it was very intuitive. I just hate it when I hit the earpiece. It would also sometimes fall out. Pros and cons. But their previous Pro model was AKG tuned. So nice. I would expect the same thing. And you get 30 hours of battery life away from the case. So you get very good battery life out of it. And because of the transparency mode and everything like that, the different modes and everything that you can set, one thing that Samsung does actually do really well is they actually have a fit tuner inside their app. So it'll actually measure the vacuum seal inside your ear and figure out if it was a good fit. This is the part where I always failed the test because it didn't fit properly in my ear. So I was always pissed off that it didn't measure my ear right. So hopefully I might pick these up. I think I'm pretty sure that these are going to be in special once they get out on the market there. Because $139 is cheap, but what if they were like $110 119 and 109. I could see Samsung getting there with this. So
That's good. That's a good price. Either case, it's something that if I had a Galaxy phone, Samsung phone, and pair it with the Samsung ecosystem, then I would go with this. I would get this.
And the nice thing too about the buds as well too is the fact that I don't know if you use Bixby, but it works with Bixby.
That's like the what you call it, Siri. Is that right?
Yeah,
Very similar to iPhone's Siri.
yeah.
You ask it stuff.
I think you can make it work with Google, which works better.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to these. I think this is going to be one of their top sellers because there's so many active noise cancellation headphones out there, including the Sonys.
Yeah, the Sony ones has always been very good. Actually, they're expensive, but they are really good, very good.
Yeah, and as of
earbuds.
recording all of this, we are in the midst of Amazon Prime Day, October 10th and 11th is when it would have happened. So most of these products might not hit that sale, but expect Black Friday.
Black Friday,
is coming up in November. So please have a look at that. And I'm sure that Samsung and also Amazon and other retailers will have sales on all the things that we talked about. And also your carriers as well too. Carrier deals happen on Black Friday. Make sure you get the best deal. Negotiate your rate for the coming year.
Yeah,
and get a better deal on.
It could be
things.
after a tablet with a SIM card.
Yeah.
So the SIM card packages are getting good.
They are. They're
Data packages just for the tablet. So, you can get it for like $20 a month.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. According to the spec sheet for the fan edition, they have gone to an Exynos processor.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a typo or not, but on the Canada website, it says Exynos.
Well, Samsung's own chip.
Yeah.
I guess.
So we'll have to wait and see if that carries through, or maybe because they're guaranteeing 7 years of updates. No, that's trust me, bro. Google.
That's Google.
4 years of updates. You're
For
gonna have
Samsung.
to harmonize all your chips.
Yeah. I think 4 years, 3-4 years again is acceptable. Anything more than that, I think you're time to upgrade. It is.
Well, trust me, bro. It's time to end our podcast. We've had a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And where can people find us?
You can find us on our podcast show on YouTube, which is exclusive only on YouTube. So make sure you click on that notification, subscribe, and we'll have a new show each and every week on a Wednesday.
Yes. And also, don't forget, we are still giving away some Kingston. Oh,
Kingston, yes.
If you want to win one of these, this is from our cybersecurity episode where we wanted to reach out to Canadians across the country to share their horror stories or their success stories with cybersecurity. If we like your story, and there are actually a couple of really good ones in their email box right now.
Yes, that's
including, I know you know who you are, but you wrote us a book. And we appreciated that.
It's huge.
It's really good. So thank you so much. You'll be getting one of these. This is the Iron Key Keypad 200. We're going to be giving these away until we pretty much run out at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So send us your stories, your cybersecurity stories.
Our email address is in the description of this video, so have a look there. And if you want to reach out to us on social as well too, we are on the X Factor, the X. As long as Elon Musk doesn't ask us to pay too much money, we'll continue to be there at our podcast show. And also we're on Instagram.
Yes.
At our podcast show as well too, as long as Meta doesn't ask us to verify for some silly reason. They give us more money. Give them more money, not us more money. Please, Mike Zuckerberg, you have so much money. Give us some money, okay?
Yeah, sponsor us.
Yeah, and stay tuned for our next show every Wednesday at noon. In fact, if you've already seen our episode this week, you'll get another episode next week and be notified if you are already subscribed and hitting that bell notification. So please make sure that you also go to our comment area.
Yes.
It's a little barren right now, and we would love to have more comments.
In the comments, yeah, that's right.
And you have no idea that sometimes when people talk to us on the street, especially our Starbucks friend, if he has suggestions, we really listen because, hey, we're not huge. We're only like 450 by the recording of this episode here. Subscribers, you've got our ear. If you want to say something, let us know.
We really appreciate, for you to subscribe and, of course, listen to our podcast. And thanks to the guy at the podcast at the Starbucks, we will be giving him some stuff.
Yeah, he's got some swag. So hopefully you see what's going on with him, and that your comments are so valued. They're very, very valued, and we so appreciate anything that comes into our inbox. And also on their comment area, even the fella that didn't really love electric cars, we really appreciated that comment. It was very interesting that he mentioned that this is like the MCU where we have that cutscene that we're talking about more stuff, even though we said goodbye. So this is the good stuff. He was like, "Hey, some people in Italy created a locomotive that can run on locomotive engine that can run on 2 liters of gas, 100 kilometers."
I had a comment saying that I think you jumped in too early buying an EV.
How much is a liter of gas?
Right now, it's between 180 to 200.
So $3.60 to travel 100 kilometers.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
In an EV, it's so much less than that.
Oh, yeah, of course. We did the road trip. Watch for that podcast. We did the road trip.
Yeah. By the time we were recording this, it should be up there for you. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.